Morning, everyone. I'm just thinking that when people look back on this period, this 21st century period of human history, that it will be typified by kind of a coming full circle, I'm hoping, in several important ways, and that there are a lot of themes, a lot of trends that you can see now. There's a lot of dominoes falling. So for the vast majority of human existence, as it's understood, in the Paleolithic era, that human beings did things for ourselves. We took what we needed from nature, and this take what you need philosophy is really unfolding for me as well this week. That's not what I'm really talking about today. And then from the whole of the Holocene, which is the era that we're in now, the pleasant, warm interglacial period, the large prey died off. We moved over to mainly agriculture, and we got civilization. And what's happened over that last 10,000 years is that we've ended up with kind of command and control structures. Just think of it as pyramids, right? Pyramids of control, where information comes from the top down. So we're told what to believe, what to think, what to do. And at the same time, the wealth that we create goes from the bottom up. It flows up to the top into the coffers of the corporations and the big investment funds. If you know, you know. But what's happening in the 21st century, in this millennium, is that we're seeing a reversal of that. The power is returning to the people. And let's just highlight some of the main trends. Trust in government is going down, which is a good thing. Trust in religion has dropped dramatically. People are saying, I don't need to be governed, I am happy to govern myself. In religion, people are saying, I don't need the church to tell me what to believe or how to relate to the divine. I'm going to figure it out myself. So spirituality is overtaking religion, and religion literally means to tie you to doctrine. And health, I think, is going to be one of the other big ones. Money, let's talk about money as well, of course. We've had central banking appear in the 20th century, which has been an absolute disaster. You know, people printing money out of fresh air and charging it to basically us at interest. And it's all, like I say, sucking essentially the life force out of the population. Like Rockefeller said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. And it's I think it's kind of Rockefeller and Ford who pretty much designed the modern education system in the US, which has now come around everywhere else. It was designed around the needs of the Industrial Revolution, which is old world pyramidic stuff. And you know what's come along to challenge banking? Well, you've got the blockchain and cryptocurrency. Really, really fundamental. People saying, I don't need a banker now, I will be my own banker. So we're being our own priests, our own bankers. Education, same thing. We're, the growth of home educating kids is that's really, really encouraging as well. And I think health is the next big one. Because we've got Big Pharma, which, as I've said so many times, so many people have said that they don't cure anything. It's actually not in their interests to cure diseases. They don't want to cure diseases. You get headlines like, is curing disease a viable business model? Because there's a drug came out that, like, single treatment pretty much knocked hepatitis A, I think it was, on the head. And that made Big Pharma ask serious questions. Can we afford to heal people? Now, humans were always healing each other for the majority of our time here on Earth. We were figuring out our relationship to all that is for the majority of our time here on Earth. We were educating ourselves and educating our tribe ourselves. All of these things, and money wasn't even a thing. So that's why we're kind of coming full circle on so many of these things. People are saying, no, fuck it. I don't need to be told what to do, what to think, how to behave, what to believe. I'm happy to figure it out for myself, which is really the source of our contentment. It's natural for us, like every other living thing, to make your own way in the world. Yes, we come together as tribes and we help each other because it works. But you don't want to be in a tribe of 8 billion people. That's bullshit. So health is changing. People are waking up in their millions to the simple truth. And COVID was a fantastic example of this, that Big Pharma does not have our interests at heart. It's just another way to suck money, which represents our life force, because we have to go, people go to jobs as well. That's another thing that's changing, the whole thing of employment. That's radically changing. People are saying, I don't think I want a job anymore. You know, it doesn't work. Spending 50 years of my life working 9 to 5, like the most productive hours of my week, 5 days a week, to work for somebody else to create value where they get most of the value, they pay you as little as possible, and even the money that does make it to your hand starts to evaporate instantly. You put it in the bank, it loses value. Then you have to pay mortgage and you have to pay taxes on everything that you buy. And again, you can see that how it's all joined together. Crypto can change all of that as well. So what's happening with health? Well, people are waking up to the fact that Big Pharma is not there for us. And just again, you know, the answers are always there in our ancient traditions, or, you know, prehistoric traditions. We do things for ourselves. All the medicines that the world needs is out there. And we are rediscovering our ability to heal. And this is really important because in all of these structures, we have been told to be dependent, right? And we are remembering that we don't need to be dependent. We need to be interdependent on our tribes, that works. But being dependent on a big command and control structure doesn't work. And we're realizing that fact and we're getting pissed off about it. And then people are getting creative and coming up with new things. So in the world of work, you've got people striking out as entrepreneurs. You've got network marketing, direct selling, which is people selling stuff to people because it works, not being told by $1 million TV ads that we should take something. Ask a doctor about this. No, we're figuring it out. We're doing it for ourselves. Thank you. And this is why I'm so excited about what I've discovered with MPG and the Miracle Hops Drops in particular, because it's restoring our ability to heal ourselves. The stories are amazing. And also the business model is fantastic, because for a very, very small investment, you basically buy your first couple of months of the product, try it out yourself, and there's a small annual registration fee. That's it, you've got your own business. You stand on your own 2 feet. I can't say you don't need a job or whatever, you know, you could be supplementing your income, but there's definitely possibilities, many possibilities. I've seen it multiple times within MPG. So what's key about now is that this health domino, I think, is the next one to fall, and I believe that Marketplace Global itself is going to go from strength to strength. In 2026 is just going to be a massive year of growth as well. It's growing now. It's going to grow even more next year. So my point is, you may have jumped onto the crypto bandwagon already, and if you have, fantastic. I have not at this point, but I can certainly see huge things happening with blockchain in the coming years. Happening right now. It's still an amazing time to get involved with that. But get involved with health. If you care about health, if you are sick, you need the miracle drops, in my opinion, because what you need to do is you need to rediscover your body's own ability to heal. And what the drops do is they put you into that healing mode, which you can't be in if you're suffering from chronic stress, which is that's the end result. It's almost the goal of modern life, to keep us in that chronic stress, to keep us thinking that we are not sufficient, to keep us thinking that we don't have the resources within ourselves to be good with the divine, to be educated, to be responsible with money, all of this stuff. We're just told that we're stupid and useless and need to be treated like children. We don't. We are human beings. That the light of the divine is within all of us. We are realizing that with health. So yeah, you take the drops, it puts you back into parasympathetic nervous system dominance, and we are seeing people transform their lives, and we are seeing people transform their businesses. So if you're involved in health in any way, as a healer, therapist, whatever, I really, really strongly recommend you get onto this right now, because this right now is like getting into Bitcoin 8-9 years ago. That's what I believe, because the beauty of the network marketing structure is that the earlier you get on board and the more people that get on board, the quicker it grows and the better everybody does. And what we're doing is we're sharing the good things about the products are amazing, but the hops extract in particular, I think, is an absolute miracle and a godsend. And we're also sharing the wealth, and we're keeping it within our communities. It's not going to the into BlackRock and Vanguard and Market Street and all of those. So I'm telling you now, if you're involved in health, if you are sick yourself, and if you have the vision to get on board with this next domino that is falling right now, then do it. Just do it. If you want to know more, just drop the word more in the comments. I'm really happy to have one-to-one calls with anyone who wants to know more. I'm a huge believer in the product. I'm a huge believer in the business model. I'm very, very new to this myself. I only got involved in network marketing myself in February 2025. But I can see it, and I can see the potential. I can see a future, and it's a better future for all of us. So, my friends, I'm telling you now, this is the time. Jump on board. Any questions, let me know. If you want to know more, just drop the word more in the comments. I'll tell you about the product, and you can get back to me, and we'll talk about the business as well. Take care.